to talk about Carnival, guys. This is our fun, happy topic we're going to end on. Israel, you don't have to mess with our stream anymore. We're done with talking about you. We're going to move on to the cruises. So, California, this lady in California won. I'm going to play this clip. She's going to explain how she won her suit. And the lawyers on the call, I'm going to need you to comment. So, pay attention to the facts. Let's go.
And Diana Sanders, she's a nurse from Northern California. She was a passenger on the Carnival Radiance. She was served 15 shots of tequila in about 8 hours. She woke up not knowing exactly how she got there at the bottom of the staircase in the crew area. Diana, tell us a little bit about your experience in the case and in the trial.
The case, waking up after blacking out and going to the crew and asking them for help and asking them to tell me what happened was extremely frustrating. They gave me conflicting information. They treated me like a criminal. I was very concerned that they wouldn't tell me exactly what happened to me. And so I went to get a lawyer so I could get those tapes and find out what happened, and come to find out they have all the tapes right before, but nothing afterwards, and they will not show us what happened that day.
What was it like for you taking on a corporate giant like Carnival? You spent 2 years litigating this case.
Yeah, I did. I felt bullied. I felt like everything they did was to either mentally torment me or financially torment me. It was a lot for the last 2 years.
And how'd you feel when a Miami jury, it was 8 women from Miami, you're from California, when they returned the verdict in your favor after 5 days? How did that feel?
It felt amazing. First of all, I love Miami. I've had a great experience here with all the people, and so I was really happy when I saw the jury as my peers. And I felt like the whole time they saw right through what the defense was trying to do, how they tried to defame my character, things they brought up that had nothing to do with the case. They were just trying to criminalize, bully me, and make me look like a bad human being. It's hard to be because I'm a great person.
You are a lovely person. It's been a privilege to represent you. Over-service of alcohol cases are extremely difficult. Passengers have a responsibility to drink responsibly, but cruise lines also have a responsibility to serve responsibly. And when you serve somebody who's visibly intoxicated repeatedly, drink after drink after drink, it can lead to disastrous consequences. And I'm just thrilled for you that a jury was able to hear the story and to return a verdict in your favor. Justice prevails. Take care, Sharon. And that's the case. My name's Spencer Ehrenfeld. I sue cruise lines like Carnival for a living.
Oh my God, so much to say. So I've been on like 20-something cruises, guys. Fun fact.
Oh
People
my
get lit.
God, Nora.
People get, well, yeah, I used to go 2-3 times a year before I had my kids. Like, let's go. Like, but anyways, people get lit. Mia, she's a nurse, as a fellow nurse. And I've also know about insurance and liability claims and things like that. This one takes the cake. As a nurse, what is your thoughts on everything you just heard? Should she have known her limit?
So I feel like I'm split because she's an adult. She should know her limit. I mean, she appears to be an adult. She appears to be at least 25 years of age. She appears to not be mentally ill or mentally handicapped. She's speaking in clear sentences. So she should have some personal responsibility over her body. However, I say that to caveat with, in the state that I live in, you cannot overserve. It's a felony, especially if this person ends up dead. They end up getting behind the vehicle, like the wheel of the vehicle, and all sorts of things. You can't serve. So both of them are liable. She should obviously make better choices. She's an adult, make better choices. But at the same time, I mean, I've been on a cruise. I mean, you're either paying or you're swiping with your little card. I mean, so 15 times is crazy, 15 shots. And they just talked about the shots. They didn't even talk about the mixture she probably had as well. I mean, they also are extremely negligent in that point in time. And she would have been sloppy. I mean, she would have been inebriated. 15 shots. plus whatever mixed drink she was having, I'm sure she would have been inebriated. And they did that on purpose. And they should have to pay her because that was just completely negligent on their part. Because once you're past the point of blackout, you don't even realize what you're doing. So at that point in time, these people are taking advantage of her.
Trey, you react to videos. What do you think about this video right here? What's your thoughts?
Nah, my initial thought she was drunk in that video because she was just standing behind the lawyer, like ooh, she was so happy to win her case.
Yeah,
but
man, get her a drink.
Yeah, no, she needs to be held accountable for her actions. She's too old to be falling down the stairs, taking 15 shots, and waking up, don't know what happened. At this point, she's too old for that. I have no sympathy for her. I'm surprised she won that case.
Me too.
I feel bad for Carnival Cruise. Yeah.
Like let's paint the picture, Trey. And Kamal, you know you're gonna agree with me. She's a Hispanic woman in Miami, Florida. Majority Hispanic jury. She said women, but she was thinking Hispanic jury. And I'm sorry, they looked out for each other. And I'm telling you, that's the facts of it. I'm not trying to be harsh. I grew up in Miami. That is the facts of it. That is the facts right there.
I also I'll just jump in. Like, there's a couple things that people may not be seeing here beyond the facts of what happened. I'll get to that in a minute. But I've done quite a few jury trials, and I can tell you, when she was talking about they tried to defame my character, what that means is they tried to impeach her or cross-examine her on things that were unrelated, right? Maybe she had like some stupid like criminal conviction that's old, and that'll backfire. I'm telling you, I've seen cases where like, if the other side is too aggressive or they're mean or like whatever, and the jury, that's going to piss the jury off. And like nobody's perfect. Then people in the jury aren't perfect. So I'm just telling you, like, when I heard that, I've had cases like that where it's like it's a marginal case, but then the other side makes it a better case by screwing up so much and being too aggressive. So that's one thing. The second thing is, it's interesting when you think about it because I looked this up. The jury found that she was 40% negligent. The Carnival was 60, so she's still going to get paid. But when you're selling someone alcohol, you're selling them something that is going to impair their judgment. So you owe them a duty to make like that. That's the situation. It's not like you're making money off of making them impaired. And also, like, if you've got steps that are dark, it's got to look. If it's a bar, you better have some really lit up steps that really you can see when you're drunk or sober. So like it's an interesting case because you think like, well, she's an adult, she shouldn't get that drunk. And you're like, well, they gave her a pass where I guess she bought like some drink pass where you're like 21. So
you can buy a drink package. They're not cheap. And like, let me throw this out here. I'm gonna play another clip when you're done. But when you buy the drink package, you buy like, let's say $400 for like a 3-day cruise. You're only given like, I think 12 or 15 drinks a day. There is a max, but what you have to realize too, though, and when I play the clips, you'll see people are in groups. So let's say we all go on a cruise together. I'll buy you a drink. Like, I'll be like, all right, John, I'll get you this drink. You get this drink. So she could have bought 15, but she's not really drinking all 15, and they know that. So I'm not mad at them for selling her 15 drinks.
Right.
Sorry, it's the only thing I think this is. She probably did have like a really simple, basic case against them for negligence, but I think why she got so much, like John said, they're probably trying to punish them because they tried to defame her during the litigation, which bad luck, but also and more importantly, because they have the ability to pay. The number one question you should ever ask before suing anybody, not just a corporation, is are they solvent and can they pay? Because I guarantee you, before they even file the lawsuit, they're going to look up the limits on their policies, on their payout insurance policies. And the lawyer probably saw that this cruise line has a big payout limit. And he's like, this is how much we can get. Let's make them play dirty. And we're going to get a lot of money out of them for something that would normally probably only get you like $50,000. But I mean,
but I want to show everybody how drunk people get. Let me show you what I mean.
I mean, I've been on a weekend Miami Carnival cruise, so for sure.
So Kamal, I could tell you had a lot to say. We let the lawyer go, we let Mia go. What do you think as if you were on the jury?
Can I go after Jeff? Because I want to hear his point because he's a lawyer too. I want to hear both the lawyer's perspective first before I give my perspective because I got a lot to say. And it ain't gonna be serious. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I just think, as I forget who phrased it this way. But I think was it you, Nor? Yeah. Like, let's be honest. If I were doing the same thing, and let's say I just ended up in a cruise in Detroit, and I had an all-black jury. Me as a white man, how do you think that's going to pan out? Comparative negligence like that, like
Andre likes you. If Andre was on your jury, he'd have your corner. It'd be a mistrial.
I like Andre.
Just need one Andre.
Just one Andre, man.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, just because Carnival was 60% negligent to their finding, I just don't think that that's true. I think more of a 50-50 should have been the split. So basically, if you guys don't know, comparative negligence is the doctrine which assigns a certain amount of fault to one party versus the person who suffered the injury, suffered the damages. And that, like hearing the whole case and everything going on with how many drinks she had and how like irresponsible people are on cruises, I don't think that it should have weighed so heavily in her favor. And I think she got the demographic help.
Wait, also think of Miami. Sorry, just real quick. A lot of people. I've never been on a cruise. I'm in a landlocked state. I mean, I grew up in Georgia, but like a lot of those people in Miami have probably been on cruises before. I don't know if that would have affected it. Anyway, go ahead, man. Sorry.
Well, she is from California, first of all. Second of all, I did want to ask Jeff and John, is this similar to that case of that one chick? Remember, she was in McDonald's and that hot ass coffee like fell in her lap. Would this be considered the same thing, like a negligent type of ordeal, or?
Well, so that's called products liability, I think, is what that was. So, and basically, in that case, the facts were a lot worse. So, products liability is like, are you selling a dangerous and defective product? Slightly different. I mean, it is kind of like similar to negligence, but it is a different doctrine. In that case, they were keeping this coffee right below boiling to save a little bit of money, and like not having to reheat it. So they were taking this big ass risk that they were going to burn the shit out of people. And that woman had like 3rd-degree burns on her groin and stuff. And so like you get a case like that, it's like the Ford Pinto where they're like saving pennies to like risk blowing people up or burning people bad. And that's, I think that's why that case is, that's why I went like that, I think.
I think products liability was the best chance for her in that case, but also could be seen as comparative negligence. If this were in the modern era, comparative negligence is a little bit more modern than, I think, wasn't that like early 2000s McDonald's or something like that?
Yeah, it was around like I think 03 or something like that.
Makes me feel old because I acutely remember that time period in life.
So
This is
Kamal,
the land of lawsuits. People will sue for anything here.
facts. Kamal, before you go, and I want to show everybody what Carnival is usually like, and then we're gonna get Kamal and Gray in here.
Stop. Can you bring it to the top? Hey, one high. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all.
Carnival was fun when I went.
Come on, Ramon. Turn it out. Oh, yes.
So Kamal, have you ever been on a cruise? When are you going on your next one?
Yeah, I've been on the cruise. You feel me? That shit was fun. Went with my lady and her fam and shit like that. My first ever cruise, so she popped my cruise cherry. You know what I mean? Second of all, I don't like that clip. You want to know why I don't like that clip? Because those was black folks having fun. They were like, "Oh, that shit ghetto."
Yeah,
see the
fuck all that.
psychology and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Come on now.
Why don't we say
I've been
trailer
on the
park when it's white people?
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying, John? Like,
Yeah.
come on now, like they having fun. They ain't fighting. They ain't throwing chairs. They ain't throwing.
I will
Not
tell
yet.
you-
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
No.
I was just on a Carnival cruise in December. And so it was crazy like that on day one because it's like, the takeoff ceremony or whatever, and everybody swarms the deck. But I have a ton of pictures where the deck is empty. There were so many times it was empty, like it's empty all the time. And honestly, and I went out of the Port of Miami on a weekend cruise, so everybody was getting lit. And to be honest, I felt safe. I felt fine. No fights. Didn't see anything crazy. And half the time, I felt like was like deserted. And half the people don't even leave the ship. I like got off port and like went into the Bahamas and was swimming, but half those people just stay on there on the casino. I feel like the casino and the clubs were the most poppin' part. Everybody be in that casino. It was like nobody was anywhere else.
And let me tell y'all something. The first cruise I've been on, I think it was Voyage. It's the only cruise I've been on. You feel me? There are 2 fights, and both the people fighting look like Peter Griffin and maybe yeah. I'm just telling y'all. I'm painting a picture for y'all. So at the end of the day, if first of all, when you got alcohol and you out on sea and shit, you might have some fights. But I don't think most people would do that, because why would you want to be fighting and be in that jail? They throw you in some type of jail under
It's like a fucking brig, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in that? You out on sea for hella days and stuff.
No windows and shit.
Yeah. Second of all, I will say this. I know we bashing the woman, but I'm gonna take some fucking notes. Next time, I'm gonna order me like 12 shots and say that I tripped over my foot and I got a bad knee, and then I'm gonna be like, God damn, I need some money now. This the cruiser's fault. Y'all gave me all them drinks, and y'all know damn well I can't handle that liquor like that. Goodness gracious. I love being from California, and Kimberly, I bet you do too. But damn it, Kimberly, I bet you think the same thing as me. Some people from California be on bullshit, and that woman was on horse shit. God damn.
Like, how many? What's the statute of limitations? Because I could sue so many people for getting fucked up drunk like that.
You feel me?
In Florida, it's 7 years. So I wonder where she cruised out of. But I think the reason why the suit was in Miami is because they're based out of Florida. But Carnival's not having a good year, guys. I have one more clip and then we'll wrap up. This was what happened. Like, this is an update on the stepbro that killed his stepsister.
The body of 18-year-old Anna Kepner was discovered under a bed on a cruise ship, wrapped in a blanket and covered in life vests. Now, her 16-year-old stepbrother is being charged with her murder. The U.S. Department of Justice alleges the boy sexually assaulted and intentionally killed Kepner while on a family vacation. Kepner was a cheerleader who was expected to graduate from high school in Florida in May and wanted to join the military, according to her family. Her grandparents, who were also on the cruise, told ABC News that the relationship between Kepner and her step-siblings was a happy one, adding there was no such thing as steps. The Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office determined she had died of mechanical asphyxia, which is when an object or a physical force stops someone from breathing. Prosecutors have charged the stepbrother with first-degree murder and aggravated sexual abuse, according to an indictment filed in the Southern District of Florida Federal Court. He has pleaded not guilty and is currently out on bond on the condition that he stay with his uncle in Florida and submit to location monitoring. If convicted, he could face life in prison.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to end it on a sad note.
All right. On the saddest note ever. God damn.
He did that to his sister. Shit.
Jesus.
Gray, what do you think? You've been on a few cruises. Have you ever felt unsafe? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, of course, you saved the worst one for me. I've seen. I was on a cruise in January for my birthday, and I was coming off an elevator. It was a girl that was like so faded, and we was like, "Hey, you should go to your room. Like, you shouldn't be going around here." I mean, because like she could have easily been taken advantage of. So you have to realize there are people there and there are predators there. But like Mia said, it was more family oriented. I wanted the hood experience. I came for the hood experience, you know, playing the stereo, stuff like that. But it was more family oriented. It was not the old Carnival cruise. You know, I've been on a few cruises with a few broads. So, you know, I've seen quite a few different places, had a few different experiences. But what I would say is that people let loose on a cruise because you don't have to drive yourself. Everything's in one place, so people get comfortable. And I do feel like people take advantage of that. In this case, it's extremely sad because it was a family member. She did this to a family. This was done by her stepbrother. It's extremely sad. Condolences to the family. But I don't pay for liquor when I go on a cruise. I drink mouthwash. If you know, you know. That's what I have to say.
Oh, interesting. Well, you know, I learned a new trick. You put food coloring in it. Did you?
Yeah, you exposed the whole thing. Yeah, but for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, Kimberly, you said you were supposed to talk about this story. We're gonna let you do your closing thoughts first and wrap up. let everybody know what you would have said after this reminder for everyone to hit that notification bell.
I
Go
pulled up
ahead.
the script because I was supposed to talk about this and they changed it a lot on me. So this case is really interesting because they were trying him for the death penalty, but because he committed the murder when he was under the age of 18 in the state where he committed it, they had to lower it to a life sentence. And I'll read to you guys what I would have said on TMZ if they wouldn't have switched up on me 10 times. I really wanted to talk about Eric Swallowswell for Israel, but they wouldn't let me. I don't think they liked that script. I believe in the abolition of the death penalty, not because certain violent criminals don't deserve death, but because it gives too much power to the state. People are understandably upset that Anna Kepler's alleged killer is avoiding the death penalty because he was under the age of 18 at the time of the murder, but that's exactly the point, because if we can accept that someone's age can restrict them from the death penalty, it's an admission that the overall death penalty is flawed. Capital punishment is not justice, it's about revenge. And I would argue that life without parole is a stronger form of accountability because it forces someone to face the weight of their actions for the remainder of their life. And then I'm just going to end with Free Palestine because my MacBook Pro, 3 years old, has been glitching this entire time. Free Palestine all day, every day. And it was nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you too.
Trey, thank you for coming. Let everybody know your closing thoughts and what did you think about coming on the new party?
No, I love coming on the little part. It's my first little, not little. I don't mean to call it your pod little, but yeah, my first podcast like panel coming on. I enjoyed it. Everybody had good point of views. I learned a lot from John, you know, stuff like that. I just wanted to mention David just got arrested. That's why I keep looking down at my phone. So I'm getting prepared for my stream in a little minute.
Ooh, David?
Yeah, David. Yeah, the singer.
Good.
He just got arrested.
Murdered some chick.
Yeah, so this reminded me of that. At the same time, I was looking down at my phone simultaneously. So I was
Trey, I
like,
want to ask you a question too. Why did Charleston White follow you?
oh, I don't know, just because I reacted to his video with Drewski, and it did like millions of views. So I guess he collab posted it and just randomly followed me.
Trey, we gotta bring you back
the content.
On
Yeah.
Man Cave. You'll like the Man Cave nights. It's all male. It's all men.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready to come back whenever you could just DM me. I'll come back on. It's cool.
Well, thank you for coming. Where can everybody find you? Are you going live after this to talk about David?
Yeah. I'm gonna be on Twitch, Trey Dung Live, all platforms. I'm gonna be on Twitch going live talking about David and reacting to a couple of videos that I seen earlier.
Yeah, guys, go follow Trey and go to his live because that's really interesting. Definitely support him. John, thank you for coming. What's your closing thoughts?
First of all, no, I appreciate everybody. This was a great time, and yeah, this is a great place to be. So I appreciate you having me on. I think that the first thing, Israel is being held accountable. They're no longer the sacred cow that nobody can criticize. They're accountable for their actions, and their actions are abhorrent. If there's any other ally, we would treat them differently. So I think it's good that the countries are having to be, act in the way that is consistent with international law and with our expectations as a democracy. Number one. Number two, last night in Ukraine, there was another huge missile attack. There've been, hundreds of drones and missiles into hospitals and schools and apartment buildings. And so my prayers are with those people. And my friends over there are still fighting, and, a really shining beacon of light for democracy and people standing up for what's right. And also a very diverse country, both religiously and ethnically. And, I'm just standing with them and also, thinking about our troops overseas in this stupid war. I hope it gets resolved. And it was good to talk to everybody. Just, I believe that we can come together. We can have a democracy that works for the people and not for just purely for corporations or corporate greed or politicians' greed. So this is the way. It's good to be here with you guys. Appreciate you all. It's nice meeting everybody.
John, can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
Why do you think so many less children have died in Ukraine versus Gaza?
Well, I mean, it's hard. So that's the thing, though. Like in Mariupol, there's like 70,000 new graves. So there's a lot of area that's under occupation. So it's hard to say how many have died in Ukraine. It's a lot, though. I mean, so it's a more condensed area, but there's still a lot of there's a lot of areas that the Russians control now where they've like hidden a lot of stuff. I was in Izium where they had a mass grave with like 600 kids in it, so it's just hard to know how many have fully died. They're both really bad, and we also know, like, Israel's kind of going to be covering up stuff too under the rubble. But I will say that, like, Ukraine is a much bigger country. Obviously, it's actually the biggest land area country in all of Europe, other than Russia. So maybe that's part of it. I know that in the occupied, I've been to territories Russia has occupied. I mean, I've been in houses where there's torture chambers, and it's like, it's so hard to know what they've done, but we know it's bad. And we're going to liberate all that country, and I'm scared to what we will find. But it's and I will say this: people don't recognize this a lot. Is that since in the last 100 years, Russia has killed 10 to 13 million Ukrainians. I've stood on a mass grave with 276,000 Ukrainians that were killed by Stalin. So it's an ongoing thing. Genocide is wrong in Ukraine, but genocide is wrong in Gaza, and Israel's accountable. And they engage in war criminal, straight up Russian behavior, and it's sick and it's disgusting. And we can't stand for it as a country anymore. We got to hold Israel accountable and cut off those weapons. I think right away.
John, I want to bring you back. I want to ask you questions on Ukraine. We're going to have a topic on it probably in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so thank you for coming.
Yeah, sure. I'll come back anytime, guys. Love you all.
Love you too. Thank you for coming. Mia, what's your closing thoughts?
I guess I'll just keep it short and sweet. So everybody, thank you for coming. Super nice to meet you all. I'll try to find you on TikTok and follow. And I want for Israel what they want for Gaza and Lebanon. It's just that simple. I want for them exactly what they want for Gaza and Lebanon.
Damn, that was short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Jeff, what's your closing thoughts?
Well, what's going on? So, despite being Ukrainian, I want to follow up on stuff that John wouldn't say. The real reason why so many kids are killed in Israel is because, or not in Israel, in Gaza, because Israel has no morals. Obviously, Putin is a little bit different. I'm not a fan of Julinsky, but it's just nowhere near the same level of immorality that goes on in Ukraine and Russia versus Israel. And if I just keep going, the stream will probably end. So I'll just stop there.
Yeah, for sure. We got to bring him on a night you're on, Jeff, because it'd be a good discussion to have. I didn't know you were Ukrainian. We learned something new tonight.
Look, Nora, my grandma came. So my dad was a lot older. My dad and mom had a 21-year age gap. But my grandma came over before the Bolshevik Revolution, actually. She escaped. And so thankful for that. But otherwise, I'm a crazy Ukrainian who supports Putin because he stands on traditional values and nowhere near the same as Trump and immorality involved.
Wow. Yeah, we definitely got to have. Maybe we'll have this debate. Maybe that's the next debate. I'm just kidding. Maybe. We'll see. Kamal, guess what?
What's cracking?
Andre was interviewed. They mentioned the black fatigue debate with him on the underbelly.
Man, I ain't watching that shit. I know what he gonna say. I don't be want to watch people shit. I know what they gonna say out their goddamn mouth already.
Tell everybody about your closing thoughts. And I know I think they want to hear the story about when you were on Fatty's panel. I know I said we'll talk about it on the live.
Oh yeah, I'll tell y'all a little bit. But first, appreciate everybody on the panel. You feel me? Thank you to our guests, John and Trey. Appreciate y'all. If y'all could put y'all handles of y'all like TikToks and Twitter handles in the private chat, bro, so I can follow y'all. You feel me? And appreciate everybody on the panel. Y'all go check out Jeff, Kimberly, Mia. You feel me? Nora and Gray. Y'all some fucking all-stars. Y'all on TMZ and shit. God damn. Hold on. Let me get y'all air horns. Anyway, y'all go hit the notification bell for the new party so y'all know when we go live and stuff like that. Also, if y'all want to come over to my end to follow me on my channel, Kamal Johnson. Y'all see it right there. There it goes. Kamal Johnson. Hit your bro with a sub. You feel me? Yeah, we talked about a plethora of things. This was great. Learned some things. First of all, damn MAGA, man, y'all imploding like a mug. God damn. Trump calling his own cronies low IQ and shit, and then dressing up allegedly as Jesus. He said he was a doctor, but come on, bro, throw on a stethoscope around your neck. You feel me? That would have debunked everything. Second of all, I'm gonna take notes from the drunken senorita. Yo, I'm gonna say that I went on a cruise and got 12 drinks handed to me, and I didn't know my name was Kamal. I'm gonna just say my name was Jack-o'-lantern, and I'm gonna just be like, y'all owe me fucking money, because at this point, y'all shouldn't have served me them drinks. I didn't know where the hell I was at. Yeah, shout out to the chat too. Y'all is very tame today. You feel me? And yeah, y'all have a great weekend, and everybody else on the panel and stuff have a great weekend and shit. And yeah, I ain't got much more to say. Oh, y'all did want to hear about the fatty shit. I know y'all don't want to talk about Israel shit like that, but I'm gonna talk about it because it was a motherfucker on the panel that literally said they was a Zionist.
What's his name? Did you get his name so we can bring him on the new party?
Yeah, Chaotic Truth.
Okay,
he's a fucking comedian.
We're gonna need to get him on the new party. Keep going.
Yeah, he funny as hell. You feel me? Now, his lineage is up for question. He'd be like, I'm American. I'm like, nigga, your eyes seem Nigerian. All right. He one of these, he one of those. But he was like, I'm a full-blown Zionist, and he don't fuck with Islam at all. Like, so yeah, gotta get Burr on the show. Chaotic Truth. You feel me? He is hilarious. But at the same time, I think he's one of those MAGA coons. But anyway, also shout out to Fatty. His panels. I told him straight up, bro, you the black Jerry Springer of the digital streets at this point. Because every time I'm on his panels, these niggas don't know how to debate at all. I'm telling y'all right now. Like, I done seen middle schoolers have better communication than these mother effers. I'll tell you this. I'm so glad I'm apolitical. Yeah. I ain't knocking if you for a certain party and that party is doing what you wanted to do and you ain't like a maniac like some of the people that was on the damn panel, and kudos to y'all, but damn it, like 80% of the people that was on the panel, boy, they lost some marbles. I tell you that much. And it was only 8 of us on the panel, so y'all do the math. But yeah, I had to tell y'all the Fatty story. I was on this panel earlier. Shout out to Fatty. No problems with Fatty. Even though at the end of the day, Fatty was trying to shit on America, and I was like, nigga, you keep shit on America, I'm gonna get on your Portugal shit. You feel me? But shout out to Fatty, man. You feel me? He was, but yeah, I ain't got much else to say. Everybody else y'all have a great weekend, and hit that notification bell for the new party, so you know when we go live.
Thank you, Kamal. Gray, what's your closing thoughts?
Thank you, John and Trey, for coming on. Trey, thank you for dropping that news about DAV, because that's going to be our next topic, too. We've been following that case closely. We talked about a man cave, so we'll be talking about that again on Monday. Thank you to the cast. As far as what's going on in the Middle East, I hope we get to some conclusion. I don't know what's going to happen. Carnival Cruise Line, I'm almost at a gold membership, so I'll be back, and I won't sue you guys. And as far as Pulp Fiction, if Hegseth wants to quote movie quotes, hey, at least he's doing something. Like we always say on a new party, always vote.
Always vote, guys, and go support Andre Williams. He was on the Underbelly, and they gave us a shout out without giving us a shout out, but it's okay. They talked about our Black Fatigue debate, and if you guys are a fan of our debates, please come back this Sunday night. Yours truly, Gray Mars, will be debating should religion be in schools and education. He will be debating our resident pastor, Alton, a good friend of the show. So that should be good, guys. Of course, I'm sure you can guess what side liberal Democrat Gray is on. Just throwing that out there. But anyways, nevertheless, we are the new party, guys. For those of you watching, we have a team of people. Our friend 85 Slim filmed a video. We got to be there. So if you're watching, please hit the like button. We are going to world premiere his music video. This is what I'm giving my closing thoughts up for. So here we go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rock this shit. Let's rock it, baby. You can't stop this. Let's go. Strictly hip hop this. We dropping this. You can't knock this. Cause you know we got this shit. My nigga, let's rock this. Another 85 here. And you can't knock this. Yo. I wanna make fat tracks. That's right. Take them stacks. That's right. Break them backs. Wanna take pounds of trees to make it and back. What you making of that? Slim Chance, I wanna take the cake and break in case the Jakes wanna chase me. I wanna go crazy. Wanna see this crowd getting so loud. I wanna see you straight wild. Wanna hear you inhale a flame. Wanna hear you all hail my name. Slim Chance, I be the blame. I brought the avalanche to Maine. I wanna see my niggas traveling in Spain. Wanna meet niggas who make change over traveling with that cocaine. Oh man, don't try to come up in the domain and bring that beef knowing we low made. You get hit up with them flicks, try to stop my shit because you can't knock this shit. Hell, yo, let's go, let's rock this shit. You can't knock this shit. Another 85 here. We got this shit. It's hip hop in this bitch. Cause you know we got this shit. My nigga, let's rock this hit. Another 85 here. Another 85 and you can. And there's a lot of player hating going on. And there's a lot of player faking going on. But there ain't much we can do. Stay true to the game. Keep bringing home the bacon for the fam and the crew. Fuck the fame. If it comes, it comes. I promise my little girl, I won't change. I'ma stay the same. Record labels trying to get chance to change the lane. Even if they offer the meal, it still ain't enough change. Cause I'm real. It's the way I walk. It's the way I talk. It's the way I chill. Hey yo, that's just the way I feel. Thinking I'ma sell out just to pay my bills. Back off, son. Must be smoking them krills. For you hating ass lame niggas, you know the deal. 85 OG in the hill. Bitches call me Slim, haters call me him. 85 until you can't knock this. Another 85 here. We got this shit, and you can't stop this shit. Another 85 here. We got this shit. You can't knock this shit. It's hip hop in this bitch. We got this shit, and you can't knock this shit. Everybody be asking me, yo, Slim, what the 85 stand for? 1785, baby, Bronx, New York. Bunch of niggas grew up there, we still know each other for a long time. Years to come. Hip hop, baby.
Hell yeah, hold on.
In the video.